Hey everyone, it's Shani and I am back with a what sold, and I'm going to be covering what sold from Friday, January the 10th through Sunday, January the 12th. So it's been a while. I have not, this is actually my third video to record today because I've been so far behind you guys. So Sunday, truthfully, I was just really tired and just did not feel like recording a daily video on Friday and Saturday. So, or Sunday. So I did not, because I just really didn't feel like it. I was tired from working last week, and I hate to say it, but tomorrow is Friday again and I start my full-time job. So I had a good weekend. It was actually an amazing weekend. Had a couple really good sales that I'm going to talk to you guys about. And then I will tell you last week's numbers. It was amazing. It was an amazing week. Although I only sold 27 items, so I didn't hit my goal of 5 items a day, I still did pretty good in my net profit. So let's go ahead and get started. I, of course, have already shipped these items, so I'll be posting pictures for you guys. But, excuse me. I actually think I did a video Friday morning on the 10th of what had sold Thursday, and I actually had received a offer. It was a bundle offer on Poshmark that I showed you guys that Friday morning. But then after I did my video, I had 3 more sales come in. The first 2 are eBay, and I've got my eBay pulled up, so I'm going to read you the titles. This first one is an Izod men's big and tall saltwater color block button mock pullover size XL. This was in my, I've had this forever. I'm talking maybe 2 years. So one of the things I'm really working on is delisting and like ending and selling similar. And when I do that on all of my old items, I am marking my items down. I want them to sell. I want to get rid of them. I want to make my money back and maybe a little bit of profit and move them out the door. So I have had this pullover on multiple 50% off sales, multiple. I couldn't believe it just hadn't sold. It was very nice. Izod, I typically won't pick Izod up unless it's something special. I just don't pick it up anymore. I think I had this originally listed for like $16.99, and I ended it, excuse me. I ended the listing. I relisted it for $8.99. Just wanting to see if anyone would take a bite, and it worked. I got an offer for $8 and I sold it. $8 plus shipping. I do charge shipping on all of my items except for Mercari. I just increased my price on Mercari. Because I hate Mercari shipping. I just don't feel like I don't know what they were thinking on their shipping, truthfully. It may be better now. I haven't tried a Mercari shipping for a long time, but I rarely make sales on Mercari. So anyway, I sold this. I don't have a cost of goods on this because it sold so long ago, and my profit was $6.11. So moving it along. The second eBay sale was this Prince Pickleball men's fleece hooded pullover sweatshirt hoodie XXL new. It was new with tags. I got this, I think it was actually a Target item. I got this at my local pallet place. All the clothing I buy there is $2.07 each. I did buy this at the end of this last year. So I got an offer for $13 and I took it. So after fees, shipping, everything else, my net profit was $9.94. Then I received a Facebook sale for shipping, and it was this souvenir plate. Oh, I don't have the thing. So I can't remember. I got this at the end of the year. it was a stack of souvenir plates, and I cannot remember, did I buy it in a bag sale? I think I did, maybe. But I had low cost of goods. There are people that will collect these souvenir plates. The old vintage ones are pretty fun too. And so I got an offer on this, this Kentucky souvenir plate, and I sold it for $7 plus shipping. I think I listed them all for $9.99 plus shipping, and then I got an offer, and so I went ahead and accepted, and my net profit is $5.80. It was it was like a 7-inch plate. So I was fine with that. I actually, like, to me, this is the year of sales. If it's a pretty okay offer, I'm gonna accept it. I would almost like to just take everything off from like old items and just, I get why those resellers, they just take everything down and they donate all their old items, because there's a part of me that wants to do that, but then I'm so cheap otherwise that I want to make money on it. So this is kind of like the year of, if it's a pretty good offer, I'm going to take it and I'm going to let it go. And so it took nothing to pack this, and I had a box that it fit in great. So anyway, $5.80. Let's see. Then on Saturday, the 11th, I got 5. I had 5 sales. This first one is also an item I had ended and sold similar and relisted to all the platforms. And it was this Alfani men's tan leather suede Dennis ankle boots, size 11M. I have had these forever also. Like the Izod shirt, I don't have a cost of goods. I didn't even buy it last year, so it would have been the year before. I think I had these originally like $29.99 or something like that. And they've also been on repeated sales I've had. So I was like, I am just marking it down. I think I marked it down to $16.99. I received a 14 plus shipping offer, and I accepted it to move it. And it was on Poshmark. So my net profit after fees and everything was $11.05. The next 4 items are all eBay items. The first one is this calendar 2011. Oh, let me read it. Let me read you the title. Calendar 2011 kitchen tea towel. It was 15.75 by 25.25. Lang Mary Lake Thompson Limited. These towels, I've talked about them before. They can actually, they do pretty well. You're not gonna make a ton on them. I bought all of these calendar towels at the Goodwill. They were on the 75% off day on that color, and so I decided to pick them up. I think my cost of goods was like $1.70 that day, but I ended up turning it around for $9.99 plus shipping, and my net profit is $8.11. The next item was these Gap vintage inspired 2024 baggy fit medium wash men's jeans 36 by 32. I also added the word grunge. These were super cool, and I actually wanted to, I was like, man, I wish these would fit me, but they were too big. I tried them on because I really wanted them. But I got these at the Kansas City Goodwill outlet that weekend. My sister and I went, so I know my cost of goods was 92 cents that day. I received an offer on these for $20, and I accepted, and it made my net profit $17.76. So that was a pretty good sale. I was happy on that sale. Yeah, I loved these pants. I think I listed them for like $26.99. Gap, there are some, I think it depends on the pieces with Gap on what you're listing. Something like this, I knew would eventually sell. Would I just list a Gap t-shirt or just a blouse or something? No, probably not, unless it had some really cool factors and it was a vintage piece. It really kind of depends on the piece for Gap, I feel like. That's a lot of the mall brands, so it really kind of depends on the piece. Would I lot several Gap shirts up? Yeah, I would probably do that if I got them low enough. But something like this, I feel like it was a great flip. I didn't have it long. I got this the weekend of November the 1st through the 3rd. So they definitely weren't in my store for a long time. And I had several watchers on them. The next item was something I've also had in my store forever, and I ended it and sold similar, and then lo and behold, it sold. And it's this vintage 70s style look, boho hippie style, wooden bead, women's belt, medium large. So I really think the title helped it. I was just trying to pull keywords that really maybe stuck out. There was no way of knowing if this was true vintage, so I wanted to put vintage style, hippie style. It was just a really cool belt. I showed measurements. The measurements were that of like a medium large, and so that's why I included that in my title. I don't remember. I think I had originally posted this for like $16.99. I brought the price down to like $9.99 when I listed it, and I got an offer of $8 plus shipping, so I took it. So my net profit was $6.26. And although it's low, I'm glad to see it go. So anyway, I'm really glad I'm seeing old items going, even though I'm not making what I originally thought I would be making on them. So there's that. The next sale was I was so excited to see it go. I got this at my local Goodwill last year, and it's this Lisa Cordy tablecloth, linen, colorful floral, 180 centimeters by 180 centimeters. So I had to do some research on this tablecloth. I knew when I saw it that it was something special. As a reseller, I feel like we get those little senses sometimes that when we're looking at something and we're not sure, it's that feeling of there has to be something more to this. And so I saw this at the Goodwill, and I don't remember what I paid last year for it. Since I claimed my cost of goods last year, I'm just really gonna stop looking them up, because at this point I just want my money back from all the items I claimed last year. So I got it at the Goodwill. If I remember right, it was like $4 or $5 or $6, something in that range. But this brand, I did some comps while I was in the store, and just the napkins or the table linens, the small one, the table placemats, they were like expensive, reselling for pretty good, like $30 a placemat. And I was like, what? Wait a second. There were like hardly any tablecloths listed. The ones that had sold for good money. And I was like, okay, since I got pretty much the only tablecloth, and this one's pretty rad. It was very colorful and pretty. I posted it very high to begin with. I think I started at like 125 or 130. I had watchers on it. I had watchers forever on it. I had received a offer at one time for $40 on it. It was off Poshmark. Truthfully, I didn't even counter. I just refused. I denied their offer. Usually I'll counter, but that day it just struck me. I'm like, you're not even offering me half of what I'm asking. and you know this brand because you're making me an offer on it, so you know what it's worth. So at first, when I denied the offer, I was second guessing myself, thinking maybe I should have looked it up. I try and do that. If I receive a lower offer on something, I try not to get emotionally involved in that. I think as a reseller, that's the best. If you can train yourself to not get emotionally attached to items, that's huge sometimes. And so on this one, I felt like I was a little emotionally attached, and I don't know why, because it was just a tablecloth. So I re-looked it up after I denied that offer, and I was still like, no, these tablecloths are worth money. So it's been sitting now for, I got it this last year sometime. I want to say it was around September, so it's not too long ago. Maybe August. I know I got it after we moved into this house, and we moved in May 23rd. So the second half of the year I got this in, okay? But after the new year, I was like, I've got to mark this down, because apparently it's not getting anyone to make me a reasonable offer. So I ended it, sold similar, and brought my price down to $80 plus shipping, and I had a full price sale like a week after I did that. So it may have been a previous watcher and they thought, oh, okay, this is good. So full price sale, I was super happy with it. And my net profit was $65.17. So I just feel very blessed. I sold a tablecloth for that much and I made $60 on it. I can't even believe that there's linens out there that cost this much. Especially for me, who buys all of my table linens and stuff from thrift stores. But anyway, super happy with that. And then on Sunday, I had 3 sales. I was traveling this day, so I wasn't doing a whole lot on Facebook or on eBay. But I ended up, the sales just continued. Actually, I did not get none of these are eBay sales on Sunday the 12th. None of them. Oh yes, there is. So 4. There was 4 sales. So this first one is a Facebook, and you guys saw this in a recent haul. I'm gonna read you the title. This is a good sale also. I was so stoked when this one came across. It is a vintage Biker Blues Harley Davidson denim jacket, wool blend lining, quilted large. The inside of the sleeves were quilted. The inside of the jacket was a wool blend. So it was very insulated. I loved this. I knew when I bought this, it was gonna sell. And I do remember I paid $10 for this. It was my last thrift trip of the year in 2024. I was actually pretty surprised they only had this marked at $10. So I went ahead, I did run comps before I bought it because I wanted to make sure I was right and I was gonna hopefully make money on this. So comps anywhere on a vintage Harley Davidson denim jacket were anywhere from $40 up to $120. And it really just depended on the piece. I liked this one. It was more subtle. It didn't have this huge Harley sign on it. And there are guys and gals that like the more subtle pieces. It had the leather Harley patch on the bottom back of it. And then right on the front, it had Harley and it was small. The buttons said Harley on them. So I posted this for $75 plus shipping. I received a Facebook message that said, is this available? I'm very interested. I will pay you cash. And then right after he sent that, he said, I'm so sorry. I just realized you're not close to me and I guess I'm gonna have to pass. And so I'm telling you this story to tell you that sometimes being nice and having another option for your buyer can make the difference. I immediately messaged him back and I said, oh, that's a bummer. I said, I'm so sorry, but I do ship if that interests you. And shipping is set up on this. And he, like a few minutes later, he said, actually, that works perfectly. And then I heard the notification that I sold it. And so he went ahead and he bought it for full asking price plus shipping. This was a Facebook sale, which is exciting too, because fees are lower on Facebook. I wish it would pick up again, like it back in 2020 when I heard dings all day from Facebook sales. But I did sell this $75 plus shipping, and my net profit was $66.18. Like I said before, I did not carry those cost of goods in because I already claimed them for last year. So anyway, great sale. I was so excited about that and the tablecloth. I was like, this week is going good. The next is an eBay sale, is this Old Navy loose fit. Sorry, I'm going to read you the title. Dun, 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 dun. Old Navy men's regular loose fit denim blue jeans, size 38-34. I've had these a while. They've been in my men's jeans bin, and I hadn't got to them to end it and relist it. But they ended up selling for $14.99 plus shipping, which was what I marked them at. And so my net profit was $12.77. So I was happy with that. I like selling men's clothes. I wish I could find more good men's clothes. I don't want to say women are more, I don't know, picky, but they are. I mean, I'm a woman, so I feel like I can say that. Men they know their size, they know what they want, and they buy it. And I'm married to a guy that is like that. He knows what he wants. He knows his size. He just buys it. He doesn't question anything hardly. He's always happy when he gets it in. There's very few items that my husband has ordered and been like, this doesn't work for me. And those items, I'm the one that has to do the return for him because he feels bad doing that. So I love selling to men. If you're a man, thank you. Thank you for being a man. And it's just women, I think most of us, we could, I swear, I wear 3 sizes. And even if I think something's gonna fit, I'm not sure something's gonna fit. It's the way God made us. I'm not saying we're picky and we do this on purpose, but it's just the way it is. Like, I have a hard time. I just listed something today for sale that I bought on eBay and it didn't fit, and I didn't want to have to hassle with returning it. So I just relisted it today and hoping that I'll just sell and get my money back. So anyway, I was super happy with this sale. These have sat for a while in my inventory, but they sold full price. So the next item is a Poshmark sale, and it was a bad buy. I'm just gonna be very honest. It's this Jack's New York Aztec Southwestern Western lined jacket, shacket, men's large. So that was my title. I listed this for, I think for $32. I bought it at the Goodwill and I paid up for it this last year. I bought it at the end of the year, but I did buy it thinking maybe my husband would want it. I don't know. I was questioning it in the store and I should have just put it back because I think I paid like 16 bucks for this, thinking I'll find someone to wear it. And yeah, I just decided let's list it, get my money back. And I mean, I did that. It's just, I shouldn't have bought it in the first place. I sold it. I took an offer of $26, and truthfully, I took it because I was like, just get it out of here. It cost me a lot this last year, and I just want my money back at this point. So $26. My net profit was $20.80, but that does not factor in what I paid in the piece. So not a good buy, bad buy. I shouldn't have bought it, and I'm just glad I sold it and made my money back. And made my money back in a few weeks. So, because I bought this in December sometime. And then my fourth sale on Sunday was this Etsy sale. Like, I had a Facebook, eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy sale all on Sunday. And you guys have seen this. This dress has performed for me. This is the third one I've sold, and it's this vintage Hakes denim overall maxi dress, size large, cottage core, new with tag. This was dead stock, which means it's a vintage piece, but it's still new with the tag. It still has the tags attached. It was in excellent condition. I did buy these. There were 4 of them on the rack in Goodwill that day. I'm like, who had 4 of these to donate? I'm thinking a sewer or someone had these and they were going to embellish them somehow. I mean, that's what my thought is. These are definitely Y2K, cottage core. I knew they would sell. I paid, like, my cost of goods was like $10.37 or something. And I just know that because I've sold. This is my third one to sell this year, I might add. This year, after Christmas, let me look here. Yes, this is the third one to sell on Etsy. The third one. Yeah. The 4th, I sold one. The 6th, I sold one. And then the 12th. I have one more left. I'm just hoping Etsy follows through and gets the 4th one sold for me. But I sold this for $35 plus shipping. After fees and everything, my net profit for this year is $32.17. So yeah, I have one more that's gonna sell. So very, very, very happy with that. I had 27 sales for this week, January 6th through January 12th, 27. So although I did not hit my goal of 5 sales a day, my net profit was $431.27, which is one of my highest in a while. Like, seriously, higher than any of the December ones. Let me look here. Yeah. Like, it was a great week, a really good week. So that means I have chosen my next bill. I am going to start paying off. If you guys are following my journey, I just paid off my student loans the 1st of January, and I now am paying off another bill. This is going to be my first extra payment to another bill, and 20% of $431 is $86.25. And I am going to make that payment today. And I'm super stoked about it. I owe just over $1,000 on this little credit card. And I am going to get this credit card paid off. Although the payment is only $30 a month. I'm going to get this paid off so I can go on to something bigger and badder. And it's the only way I'm going to ever become a full-time reseller is if I pay my debt off. I have to have my debt paid off. And eventually, I'm blessed that my car is paid off. When we sold our house, we did make a little bit of money and we were able to pay our vehicles off. But one day I'm going to need a new car, and I'm going to need to have a savings account bulked up to do that because I want to be able to pay a lot of cash down. And that's just financial goals for myself. It's one of the reasons I became a reseller. And yeah, so $86.25 getting paid today to a bill. I'm going to keep you guys updated and tell you how that works out. But in the meantime, it was a great week. I hate to say that this week has not started like last week did, but stay tuned because you will see I had a great sale come in this week. And I'm hoping to have, I'm crossing my fingers that it's just as good as a week as last week. So Thanks for watching. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I will catch you tomorrow.